with the voices in your head. They said that love has shut the door on you, and you'd be better off instead. Girl, don't you listen? Your time is gonna come. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. Yeah. So when you gonna let somebody in? It's a classic situation where you don't know how to feel. So you go it alone, you turn off the phone when the struggle gets too real, yeah. Girl, you better listen. It's time to make a change. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win. So when you gonna let somebody in? Yeah, let 'em in. You talk about lonely, you talk about scared. I think you're thinking that nobody cares. Well, you know it ain't over, but where to begin? You gotta play if you wanna win.
Hey, it's Q Kelly at Pretty Arches. I'm currently running a special, $25 for airbrush brows. If you want to book the look, call me 501-461-4525.
All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. We're here. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. I want to stop and say, first of all, welcome to my guest, but happy Father's Day to my boy, Jonny Capone. Happy Father's Day.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Happy Father's Day to you too.
Yeah, now listen, I read somewhere that, you know, they were talking about, I got to turn that TV down. I read somewhere that they were talking about that Father's Day ranks like 10th or 11th among holidays.
It's like 26. We way down there, though. That shit way. Halloween come before us, man.
Yeah. Let me take that. So Halloween, here we go. So Halloween, I think they said Christmas was the number one.
It's Christmas.
Then
It's your
Mother's Day.
Right after your mother.
Yeah, Mother's Day.
It's God, then your mama.
Yeah. So, you know, I got to say that there are a lot of fathers that's doing their thing with their kids. There are a lot of stepfathers that have stepped in and filled the void for some of the fathers that are missing, that are locked up, that are dead. So I just want to say before we start, happy fathers to all of the fathers who are doing their thing, man. Okay. All right. So first of all, we're gonna go ahead and start pay some bills. I tell you, we're looking for sponsors. If you're wanting to sponsor this podcast, we have over 3 million views and over 72,000 people that listen to us each week. If you'd like to talk to those 72,000 people that are listening to us each week, or you want to talk to those people who are viewing, they're buying cars, they're buying houses, they're spending money. The buying power of those 72,000 people is astronomical. All you have to do is inbox myself, Brian Stewart, or inbox Brittany Arnold, which, speaking of Brittany is out on the road still. Brittany has been out on the road for like 2 months. But hopefully she could get her schedule back on speed so she can come back and be a part of the podcast. And Q was supposed to be here. I don't know. Q was in Chicago, but she told me she was going to be here tonight, but I did not want to start late. So she'll just come in and I'll just try to keep up with the comments as I possibly can. I'll tell you, when we decide to accept some comments, I would tell you that you guys probably need to call, because I'm telling you, if it's left up for me to read these comments, I'm gonna screw it all up. All right. So if you want your comment to be heard, Call the information line, and Tam is going to get on me because she told me to let me try to put the information line number right here, 501-650-9726. Tam keeps telling me to put that information line. All right, so I don't know how to pin it, but maybe when Q gets here. Yeah,
these folks tuned in,
bro. They are already on. They are waiting for the 411. I need everybody to do me one favor before we start. I need everybody to share this live, okay? And then I need you to put on here that you've shared so we can shout you out. Everybody, take 1 minute, real quick. Share my live, share the live, and then put in the comments that you shared so we can shout you out. I can shout you out on that, but please do me one big favor right now and share this live. Share this live. Thank you. Let me go ahead and talk about some people who have shared it. I see Starve already shared. Duna Davis, I see you watching. Denise Lockhead has shared it. Cash is saying, "Hey Johnny." I don't know if you know him, Johnny, but Cash.
Let me see.
Cash Slay. Cash.
What's up, Tip?
Yeah, he done shared it. Ashley Trent has shared it.
What's up, baby?
Duna, what up, YG?
What's up, baby?
Let's see. Samantha Weston has shared it. Shannon Jordan has shared it. Please share it. Duna, appreciate the share. Appreciate the love. Duna, I meant to call you. I'm going to call you next week. All right? So listen. Please share the live so that everybody can see this. I can tell you that talking with these people, trying to get these two on the podcast was a privilege. I can tell y'all. Let me just start off by saying how I followed y'all's story and how we got you guys to come on. So probably midweek, probably about Tuesday or Wednesday, I got on Facebook. And wait, let me stop. Let me back up. I'm getting ahead of it. Let me first of all introduce my guest. Okay, y'all. The man to the left over here needs no introduction. Dark Hollow's own Jonny Capone.
Already, man. What's up? Appreciate you having me, man.
And then the lady that's new to the camera, somehow a little drama has thrusted her out in front of the camera and in front of the social media. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna even. Should I to your government name?
That's fine.
Nastasia. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, you
Nastasia Turns.
Yes.
So let me tell you, let me start off by saying thank you for both of y'all for coming and sitting down and talking with us. I can tell you that oftentimes when people have a little drama going on in their life, they shy away from telling their story. They shy away from the camera. They get silent. And oftentimes that's good. But sometimes you just got to own your shit. Sometimes you got to get out in front of your own narrative. Sometimes you have to, people will have and talk about your shit and put their own narrative.
Don't know a damn thing about what's going on.
And don't know shit. So sometimes you have to get in front of your own narrative and get out in front of the issue and talk about what's really going on. So hats off to you guys. I want you guys to understand that what I tell all of my guests, this is a safe space. There is no judgment. Here I am. I started a podcast and we named it Unpacking the Baggage because that's what we're doing. We're unpacking the baggage. And I'm just going to tell you, everybody go through some shit. Or with the relationship, everybody struggle. And I found out with this podcast shit that we all struggling for the same thing, trying to stay happy and be happy. All right. Now, I do want to just, after I welcome, I want to tell you guys that I normally start by giving our guests a little something to knock. Get here, Johnny. Get us to the missus. So we start off with, just a little shot, just a little celebration shot. Go ahead.
To unpacking the baggage.
Unpacking the baggage.
Yeah. Woo!
Woo! Doing all that fun.
Woo! Okay. And we talked about the sponsorship. I introduced you guys. I want to start off by just kind of talking about, as I started, how I come up on y'all story. Probably about Tuesday, Wednesday of this past week, I got on Facebook and I noticed just a lot of people was talking subliminally about this couple. who, and I'm just going to talk about what they were saying, and we'll dive into the truth, the lies, whatever it was. But every 2 or 3 people down my timeline, they were subliminally talking about this fucking couple that a guy was talking to somebody's best friend, and basically how the woman basically stole the best friend man. And I got to talking about, I need to see who this, I got to talking about who is this couple? Like, who are they? Nobody was saying your name. It was just subliminally. Nobody was really saying who it was. You know, nobody was tagging your page just yet when I found out and I got on it. So I noticed that there was this young lady named Star Webb. Chris Webb, you Star, okay. Chris Webb. And so I said, let me go to Chris, because they kept shouting Chris Webb's page out.
How much she got? She ain't got.
So I said, let me go to Chris Webb's page, because obviously I can get all of the dirt. I can get all of the what's going on Chris.
She had all the tea.
So I go to this.
The piss.
I go to Chris Webb, which we got to talk about Chris Webb at the end of this podcast. But I go to her page, and I start to see Nastasia, Jonny Capone, Alicia. I start seeing all these names popping up. And the fact that what I come up with is that what was said is that Alicia and Star were friends. Okay, and here's the narrative. That Star somehow started dating Alicia's baby daddy. That you guys were really close.
What's up, Jimmy?
That you was close, and you violated the girl code. So I said, okay, all right, let me kind of see, because I didn't see anything wrong. That shit happens every day. Like, I mean, what's the big deal about somebody just fucking with somebody, man? Even though
it's a Little Rock.
It happens every day. But I'm like, what in the hell got these two people streaming? When I tell y'all broke the internet.
We know.
Y'all broke the internet.
We can't even walk in the gas station or the mall.
So
Nowhere.
So I reached out to, because I know Alicia. So I reached out to inbox Alicia, and I said, hey, Alicia. And I said, give me a number. She said, I don't give my number out. She said, but what's up? I said, hey, you want to come on the platform and just talk about the situation, right? She said, no, I don't want to do it. I've already said enough. I don't want to do it. I guess I got to it late. I didn't know you, so I didn't inbox you. But I guess about a couple of days after that, probably Friday, I get an inbox from you. Mm-hmm. And you said, hey, B-Level, I want you to, me and Johnny want to come on. And no, you said, why don't you have me and Johnny on so we can talk about it? So I said, cool, give me a number. So we talked for over the weekend. And we were going to have you on Saturday, but I said, let's wait to Sunday, because we can get the fewer viewership on Sunday. So that's how our conversation, that's how I found out your story. That's how my conversation with you. I already knew Johnny. Shit, who the fuck don't know Johnny? Johnny is shit. Everybody knows Johnny. So, I mean, but it was my first time getting to know you or hear your story. So I think we should start off by letting you kind of clear up a lot of the rumors. Right now, we've got already 150 viewers, okay? And as we stay on this thing is probably going to grow.
Yeah, they're going up. They out.
Yeah.
Some motherfuckers ain't even got off. They already called.
So before you start calling, I would say, I'm not going to read any comments, right? Don't call the information line. I want to allow my guests the opportunity to talk and tell your story. Now, I tell every guest, I start off every guest by saying, I don't have but one rule to my podcast, right? There is no rules. You can cuss, you can swear, you can say what you want to say. The only rule that I read every guest that I have is that you have to keep it 100. You have to be transparent. And if you lie, I'm not going to be the determining factor of calling you out on your lie unless I know you lie.
Right.
But our public will call you out on lie.
I'm going to stop her when she lying.
So if you lie, you will reap the repercussions of lying, because our audience, we do take comments from our audience. We do allow them to call in. They're going to call bullshit. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's the only rule that I have. Every other thing goes. Okay. So I want you or either Johnny to start off just giving us a little history of how long have you known Johnny? How did you come in contact? And then with Johnny, and then we will move over to your relationship with Alicia. But start with Johnny first.
Okay, well, I met Johnny back in 1991 in Shorter Garden in North Little Rock, Arkansas, and my grandmother lived above his mom. So we became friends, and he would always come up and ask for my cousin instead of me because they knew my grandma wasn't going. So he would ask for my cousin Fats or Dale to come outside and play because he knew if he asked for him, I was coming outside.
So Johnny had a little game. He gonna ask for the cousin.
He had a
knew
little game.
he's gonna get for two for
He had a
the 2
little
for
game.
1. Okay. All right.
So we've been friends since '91, and like we would go years without talking to each other, and he would find me.
Always.
We would talk always. We would talk, and he would be talking about meeting up with me, and I would never go. I wasn't going.
I always
I was
had
like,
to come.
You what?
I always had to come to wherever you was.
He
at.
would come see me wherever I was, but I wasn't going. I already knew what he was doing, what he was going through. I knew how he was, and I knew that's not Johnny. I don't want that person.
So when you say you knew how he was, oftentimes we sometimes we get to be a player. So you knew he was having his own.
Stage.
Yeah, he was on his player
stage.
Yeah. We sometimes we got our whole phase. We go through our whole phase.
And he was in his whole phase.
He was in his whole phase.
I didn't want Bob.
Okay.
That was Bob.
Okay.
I didn't want Bob.
Back then he was in the whole phase. So you say I'm straight on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
We still cool. We still friends. I still love you. I always have. I always will.
Okay.
That's kind of how it always has been. We always been friends. We never stopped being friends.
Okay.
So, just this last time when he found me, it was different.
So when you say this last time, because we want to be specific, this last time, what timing wise, when was this last time?
March of this year.
March of 2024. He shot his jumper, and you thought, okay, little enough time has passed.
We still was just friends. We was just going back and forth with conversation.
Yeah.
Catching up.
How'd y'all meet? How'd he see you this last time?
He saw me at the Experience downtown.
Okay.
At one of my friends' birthday dinner.
Okay.
And he ended up seeing my picture go across his timeline and was like, oh, so that was you I saw last night?
Okay.
And it just kind of went from there. We was going back and forth on, a lot of different things, just catching up, talking about old days,
right.
What's going on right now,
right.
talking about friends and family, everything.
So, Johnny, what was it about Star that made you keep trying to shoot your jumper at Star? What was it about Star that you were so attracted to?
I wasn't never shooting no jumper.
Come closer to the mic, Johnny.
I wasn't never shooting no jumper. I was trying to slam dunk that motherfucker every time. I'm talking about Jerry Stackhouse in that bitch every time. But she saw what she saw, and she knew what it was, and she knew what I had going on, and like she say, she really wasn't with it. But she never like we never changed on each other. Like as far as friend wise, she gonna answer my call if I come see her. Well, she ain't coming to me though. She ain't coming to me because she ain't no telling what kind of bullshit I got going on where I'm at.
Right.
So she ain't coming to me. So I got to pull up on her. It's been times like dudes like still to this day, man, Barry. That's like my bro. I call him my brother. Right. But we both talking about her. I'm like, nah, hold on. Nah, we can pull up on her together and see about this. Well, hold on, nah.
Right.
I ain't even mind at the time, but I'm staying. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep I was. Gone about or whatever.
Right.
Or whatever they want to say. In love with love. That's how deep my feelings was for her then.
So March of this year, he reaches out to you. You see him, and this time was a little bit different. So you felt like, I'm gonna give him a little talk. Let's see what's going on with this. I'm gonna see where this conversation go. Were you single? Were you single at the time, March?
I am, yes.
So March, you were single. You were not in a relationship. So timing wise, it was cool.
Timing. It was definitely timing.
Okay. Now then, let's move over to your relationship, because when we were talking over the weekend, I asked you about your relationship with Alicia. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it started back from the beginning, from first knowing her to bringing up now. How did this relationship develop?
Well, I met Alicia in high school in the 9th grade. I remember, I didn't know Alicia, but people were coming up to me telling me that this girl didn't like me because of her baby daddy. I'm like, well, who is her baby daddy? Mm-hmm. They're like, Jonny Capone. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, why is she mad at me?
My thing was this, like, if I'm dealing with somebody, like, and they can say what they want, they can laugh if they want to, whatever, but my thing was this, I know she's from Little Rock.
Right.
And I know this woman that I've been friends with all my life is from Little Rock. So I'm just letting you know, like, shit, this my friend, you know what I mean? Like, this my homegirl, but I love this motherfucker. I love this motherfucker. I love this motherfucker. Like it's, I mean, it is what it is. That didn't stop her though.
Okay.
Like that didn't stop her. Like
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like I ain't lied to her about nothing. I ain't keeping nothing from her type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I was straight up, and she was straight up, but like fuck it.
Okay.
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 You know what I mean?
All right.
This
So-
what she say 20 plus years ago.
30 plus years ago.
Okay,
She
so
said-
so
That's what
back
they
in the
can't
day,
comprehend,
so
30 years.
okay, so back in the day, people were telling you that Alicia, there was this girl Alicia, she wasn't really fucking
and
with you
my
because your
friends
baby
and
daddy.
family knew, and I had an aunt that was
So-
around his brother all the time, so she would be around them.
So how old were you this when these rumors beginning? The
This
initial.
was about 14 or 15.
She's 14. Okay, a teenager.
Yes,
All right.
teenager.
Okay.
And I had an aunt that was like real good friends with his brother. And she would always bring me up, like,
Man.
Johnny, where's Star?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, my niece, like, where my niece at? You talk to my niece, just trying to make, Alicia jealous. And she was like really just taking the bait.
Messy.
So she would come to school mad at me. And I'm like, why is she mad at me? Like, I ain't
I ain't
did
did
nothing to
nothing.
her.
Yeah.
I don't even know this girl.
Yeah.
I know Johnny, but I don't know her,
Yeah.
know? But it was always this thing against me. And I guess because he always wanted me.
Okay.
I'm the one he always wanted. since we was
Okay.
kids.
Right. So Johnny was wrong. He was choosing over.
Yeah.
He was choosing you.
He never stopped.
Okay. Okay.
So that's kind of what it was. So she never liked me in high school, and we became close as adults. We had mutual friends in our 30s. So Alicia would be around friends, like people that I was really close with.
Okay.
They would bring her around. And she was cool. I never had a problem with her. We laughed about the things that we went through in high school with Johnny
Right.
and her not liking me and, things like that. But me becoming friends with her was actually genuine. Like, we have like similar experiences. Like, I didn't become friends with her just because of,
Right.
it was real
It was a
genuine.
genuine friendship.
Yeah, it was a genuine friendship. I really did care about
So
her.
so in between of her, you hearing rumors that she didn't like you. How did you guys finally meet to really just talk about the fact that y'all didn't really too much care for each other in high school to be somewhat hanging together and close to each other? How did that happen?
Well, I went to go visit her like in November of last year. Mm-hmm. And we kind of just laughed about it with her kids. She was telling her kids, like, Johnny dated Star, and I didn't like her. They was like, what, Mama, you don't like Star? Like, why? Like, Star just this, So,
And real quick, Johnny, you have a child by Alicia, right?
Yeah, my son.
How old is your kid now?
My son gonna be 23, man.
23.
Yeah,
All right, so I'm gonna come back to you on that, but I thought that was relevant. Go ahead.
So, even like we just kind of joked about what went on with us in high school. But we're
Okay.
adults now. We're in our 30s. Like, me and Alicia had a lot of stuff in common. We had a lot of stuff that we had experienced, similar experiences, and just being genuine. We got along very well. Mm-hmm. We was compatible.
Okay.
So, you'll have this friend out of all your friends that you're really close with, that you really just, comprehend with. Y'all got a lot of stuff in common, and y'all just really just click.
So when was this? When you visited her in Texas, you guys became friends. What year was this?
This was November of last year. This was 2023.
Oh, so y'all haven't been friends long.
Not long, but we had been around each other. We had been on trips together. We've been out the country together, like in Mexico, with one of our mutual
Wait a
friends.
minute. So you guys have hung out together, but
Yeah.
you just became cool friends,
close.
friends,
Yes.
November of 2023, because I'm trying to build this timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you guys have had mutual friends.
For like maybe 2 or 3 years that we've been coming around each other with our mutual friends.
My Aunt
Yes.
Faye Watson, man. God
Okay.
damn.
Okay. So about a couple of years, y'all been mutual friends. You decided to become close friends. So November, we're going to say about 8 months now that you guys, okay. And so then you go down to Texas, you hang out with her, you spend some time in Texas. Y'all, start to be really, would you say that your relationship is really close before this happened?
It became really close.
Okay.
I would say it became closer as I was there with her because I was staying at her place. So, she welcomed me into her home and, I was doing things for her. She was doing things for me. So it was really genuine. It was nothing like, it didn't have nothing to do with Johnny. It was just how me and her vibed and what we had going on and how we were being there for each other. She knew I was dealing with some things. I knew she was dealing with some things. And I had no problem with being there for her. It had nothing to do with, none of this. It was just me being a good friend, being a sister.
Okay, so Alicia's on. Alicia, you cannot call in right now. We're not taking
I gotta call you
phone
back,
calls.
Jimmy. I gotta call you back, Jimmy.
Right now. So
Call you back, Jimmy.
I'm gonna say this. I want to make sure I set the stage right, because I'm gonna say this to Alicia. Alicia, I invited you on, right? And so you declined to come on. Okay. So the thing about it is, it's all right for you to participate. It's all right for you to comment. It's even all right for you to call in. But I asked you to come on and you said no. So we are going to be respectful to our guests. We're going to give them their time to tell their story. Alicia, if you want to come on, we need to have a conversation about that. But I do want to be respectful for our guests. Okay. So Star, you're saying, you go to visit her in November, and y'all were cool.
Yeah.
Fast forward to March of this year. Okay, this is when Johnny comes in the picture, right? He sees you at Experience. He started calling you. You guys exchanged numbers or whatever, and you felt like, let me see where this goes, right?
Yeah.
So how far did you guys conversate before you start the film? Oh, okay, I'm feeling this nigga. Like, this nigga, he a little different. He ain't. What was his nickname you said it was before? Bop. He ain't Bop. He Johnny Capone now. Like, okay, I'm feeling him. I see what's happening with it. How long did y'all converse before you kind of felt like, okay, I might can get with this a little bit? How long did y'all? Was it instant attraction? Did it take a little?
Instant. It was definitely instant attraction.
It's always been attraction.
It's always been that. That's never left.
Okay.
So when he jumped into my DM and was like, "Oh, so that was you last night?" I was like, "Yeah." So he was like, "I was looking over there. I didn't recognize somebody, but I was looking at y'all table. I saw all these women with this red on, and I saw this lady at the end of the table with this red dress on, which was me." And he was like, "I kept looking like I know her," but he was like, "I didn't just want to stare at you because some people get offended by that."
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, I kind of looked over there in his area, but of course I didn't recognize him.
You didn't know who he was?
Because if I would have recognized him, I would have spoke.
Okay.
So neither one of us spoke to each other, but he saw my picture go down his timeline that next day.
Okay, we passed that. We passed the
He
night.
spoke to me. We went back and forth, and like we just kind of conversated for that whole month of March. We didn't meet up. It was just conversation.
Over the phone?
Just over the phone. That's it.
Okay. So
all damn day.
All day. Like literally all day. He was like, damn, I ain't never text this much. I ain't never talked to nobody this much. Like, this is new.
So the whole March, you're having conversation with him. You're still friends with Alicia. But you're not saying anything to Alicia.
Because I don't know if this is, going somewhere or we just being cool. We just being friends. So in April, we decided we was going to meet up. And he didn't know if I really was going to do it or not, because it's been plenty of times that I was supposed to meet up with him and I didn't.
You didn't pump faked on him.
I didn't,
Right.
So he know now. He was like, don't let me find out you acting shy, or damn, maybe I'm just anxious. Just saying little different things. Like, he didn't think I was going to actually meet up with him. So April 5th, he was like, okay, so I'm we're going to meet up or whatever.
Okay.
But he didn't think I was serious.
Okay.
So he pulled up on me.
All right.
And came and spoke to my grandmother and talked to her because she remembers him from a child.
Okay.
That's kind of how we met.
Okay.
Because I was always at my grandmother's house. But I had to make sure that this was something that was worth me even risking my friendship with Alicia before I actually went and told her what was going on.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't tell her.
But again though, like
on the mic, John.
Again though, like this you gotta know, like, this has been my friend. So I can talk to her about anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't talk to everybody. You know that. You can't talk to everybody about everything.
So there was an instant connection.
Yeah.
I mean, it's safe to say.
We've always been friends.
So we know what's going on with each other. We know exactly what's going on with each other. You know what I mean? We know exactly what's going on with each other once we conversate.
Okay. So April 5th. Y'all decide you're going to let him pull up on you.
We went out. We hung out.
Where y'all go? Where'd you go?
We had a good time. We was just hanging with friends and family.
Okay.
people that, we knew. I knew a lot of the people that he was around.
Okay.
And it was some people that I didn't know.
Because y'all were y'all knew each other from, so y'all knew
Exactly.
mutual
We've been knowing
friends,
each
y'all
other
knew
our
everybody.
whole life.
Okay.
So most of them knew about me already.
Okay.
Even the people that knew of me that didn't know that me and him knew each other were like, okay, wow.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
at that
Dang.
point, April 5th, were you like, I already been conversating with her for a month. I'm gonna see what's happening with him. Did you already know you was liking him then, or did it happen? Okay.
I knew. I never stopped liking him.
From,
I never stopped from when we were kids.
But
It
you
was
never gave him
always
a
something
chance.
there. But like I said, I never gave him a chance because I knew where he was in life. He wasn't ready to sit down.
He was still in his whole phase.
He was in his whole phase.
Okay.
He was the bop,
Okay.
All
right.
So
So April 5th, when y'all go out, y'all hang out. You kind of like, okay, I know what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm feeling this.
it was
He feel-
different. It was different.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So after April 5th, this is June 16th.
Mm-hmm.
When did you decide, you know what, it's time to tell Alicia?
I would say like at the end of May. Because we had literally been together like every week since April 5th. After April 5th, we was just like, okay, it wasn't number fireworks April 5th. So damn near every week, like I'm on the phone with him all day long. He at work. We ain't going no time without talking to each other. This literally every day. So like at the end of May, I was like, damn, like I got to tell Alicia. And he didn't care whether I told her or not.
Right.
But I'm like,
I don't give a fuck.
I'm cool with her. This my friend. We got close. So I'm like, this is not something that I should, keep continuing to do without telling her.
Okay.
She gonna find out eventually.
Right.
I'm just waiting on him to get some stuff together, but I still was like, okay, this is my friend. Like we really have went through some things together. She saw me go through some things. I saw her go through some things. And it was just the way I felt about her, I felt like I shouldn't have continued to keep that from her.
Okay.
Because I'm like, if I feel like this is a good friend, like she genuine, like we literally became sisters. Like even though, we had history of not liking each other, we're grown now. We're in our 30s.
Right.
So it's different. We're not teenagers anymore.
Saying
So
like
I'm
it's
like,
the beginning, though.
I
She
feel
said
like I need to tell her. Whereas
Okay.
other people were like, girl, you don't owe her nothing.
So let's talk about how you told her. How did you share with her that you had a relationship with her baby daddy?
So I texted her like last Saturday and I was like, I got to tell you something.
Okay,
and of course,
wait a minute. Last Saturday was June. You said May.
last Saturday was June.
So I asked you when you told her. You said May.
No, end of May, I felt like I needed to tell her. That's when I started feeling like I needed to tell her.
Okay, but you just told her last week.
Yes, in June.
Okay, so June is when, first of June, around the 7th or 8th.
Yes.
You text her. What do you say?
So I texted her and was like, I have something to tell you. Like, it's like, because it was weighing heavy on me. Like, I was really, like, stressed out about it. Like, I was nauseous, like, shaky, like, jittery. Like, I was really stressed out about that because I considered her a really good friend. Like, she knew stuff about me that nobody else knew. And like I said, it was genuine. We really had a good relationship. And I didn't really know how to come out with it, but I knew I needed to tell her about it.
So you text her and
So-
said, I need to tell you something. Does she text you back? Does she
She
call
texted
you?
me back and I was like, girl, what? Girl,
Okay.
what?
Okay.
So now she anxious and trying to figure out what it is that I want to tell her.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, just kind of dragging it really because I didn't really want to say it.
Okay.
Because it was really hard for me to say what actually was going on
Okay.
or what I really wanted to tell her.
Okay.
So she called me on FaceTime and we talked on FaceTime and, she was like, girl, what? Like, what's going on? Because we can talk about everything. So when she started throwing out these names and stuff and then Johnny came and I got quiet. And
When
she was like,
when you say throwing out these names, what do you mean? Did she start throwing out names?
All her baby daddies.
her baby daddy.
So she starts saying, "Are you fucking with
baby
this guy?
daddy.
Are you
Yeah.
fucking with this guy? Are you fucking with
All
this
her
guy?"
goddamn baby daddies.
So she felt that you needed to tell her something about a relationship that you were having.
Because
She
I
felt
told her
that.
in a text message. I can't remember exactly what I said, but
Right.
she knew that I was trying to tell her that I was dealing with somebody that she's been with.
Okay.
So that's kind of why the names were
make
being
no
thrown
fuck.
out. So
Okay.
when she got to Johnny was like the third name, I believe.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, I just got quiet.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, Johnny, okay. And she was like, I kind of sensed something like I know that he's always liked you.
Okay.
He never stopped. He's his entire life. I've been the one,
Right.
that he really wanted.
Okay.
So
Truth.
she
Facts.
knew. She knew.
So she says Johnny name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so and then I tell her, yeah. She was like, how long this been going on? I'm like, well, we kind of reconnected in March.
Okay.
All her motherfucking life.
It never stopped, but we reconnected in March.
Okay.
And she's like, okay, well, I don't really give a fuck about him. It's just the principle of me and you became friends.
Okay.
I don't want him. I ain't been with him since I was 15 years old.
Okay.
Okay, cool. But I felt the need to tell you because you and I got close. I know you didn't like me in high school.
Right.
We didn't have this good relationship growing up. But we're in our 30s now. And as a woman, I feel like I need to tell you what's going on.
Okay.
Because y'all have a child together. Even though y'all child is grown.
Okay.
He's going to be 23 years old.
Okay.
But that did not stop me from becoming friends with her.
Okay.
Even though we had history, I was not going to not be friends with her because
Of Johnny.
of our history. Yeah. I wasn't going to stop being friends with her. I was genuine to Alicia the entire time. She was there for me. I was there for her. Like, it was no questions about it. And we just, how you have those friends that you just click with.
Right.
Even if you're just mutual friends, sometimes you just get along better with somebody else.
Okay.
So we just clicked. So, it was just never nothing that we couldn't talk about. So me getting close with him made me feel some type of way. And I was like, damn, like I need to tell Alicia. And he was like, well, you need to figure that out.
Right.
You're going to have to choose. Like, and I'm like,
So the conversation, she names Johnny. You say yes. I don't really give a fuck about Johnny. Did she give you she was like, okay, that's you. I ain't tripping.
she did. And she was like, I'm not angry.
That night, it was straight.
That night, it was cool.
Everything
We were
was
cool
good that
when we
night.
got off the phone. She was like, I'm not angry. I'm not mad at you. She was like, but this ain't no nigga that we can just sit up and laugh and talk about. Like, this my baby daddy. Like, this the first one at that. And I think that's what really kind of got her because this was the first man that made her a mom.
Okay.
Their first child was together. So I could understand that. I
Yeah.
do see.
Yeah.
And I did hold myself accountable and I apologized to her. I told her I was sorry. But I also told her that I could not turn my feelings off. I could not
We human. We all human.
we human. And I couldn't help how I felt. I know I'm in love with him. And I told her that. She was like, oh, you in love? And I wasn't finna lie to her and tell her that I wasn't. Because I am. I always have been.
Okay.
We always have been since we were kids. And people just can't comprehend how we've been loving each other since we was kids. That shit happen all the time. It's rare. It's rare these days that you actually gonna be with somebody that you fell in love with when you was a kid.
So the night she was like, okay, it's cool. He ain't shit.
We didn't have no words.
Yada, yada,
it
yada.
wasn't no toxic, no beef, no nothing.
He gonna do you the same way he did me.
He gonna do you the same way he
Okay.
did me. He ain't shit.
how
I don't know
I'm
why
ready, you stupid
why you keep
motherfucker.
falling for these niggas that don't want to do nothing but sleep with you.
Right.
And he married and how that's gonna work. All of that was coming out.
Okay.
But at the same time, she wasn't just throwing anything directly.
She wasn't
at
saying
me.
our friendship is over because of it.
Exactly.
Listen,
Right.
If that's the nigga you fucking with, crazy. But I'm gonna go. You go
But I
ahead and
can't
figure
talk
that
to you
out.
about him. I can't, on
Don't
that
bring him
level.
up around me.
Exactly.
But that's not going to fuck with our friendship.
But because I haven't been with him since I was like 14, 15 years old, I can't even be mad
So
at you.
okay, so and now y'all kid is 22. I hadn't fucked with him and since the kid was before the kid was born. So over 30
Right.
years.
Right.
Okay, so I ain't mad.
Right.
But he ain't shit.
But he ain't shit.
You have at it.
Have at it, because he gonna break your heart too.
Okay. This was a Friday night.
This was actually Saturday night.
Saturday night. When did
Saturday
it turn different? When did her opinion turn
The
different?
next morning, she sent me this long message and was like she slept on it and that she feels like I was wrong. I was low down because she felt like I went behind her back. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, like, how did I go behind her back? How did I backdoor her if this is something, somebody she hasn't dealt with since she was a teenager, 14, 15 years old?
And somebody that you have been dealing with off and on since 15.
Yeah. And she knew
Did
about it.
did y'all talk about that when y'all was friends? Johnny been trying to fuck with me since I was 15.
No, we never talked about that. The only thing that we joked about was that the fact that she didn't like me in high school.
Okay.
And she was just telling her girls, like, me and Star didn't get along. They was like, what? Like,
So it was
you
a
didn't like
surprise
Star?
to her that you guys had some chemistry back in the day. She did not know that.
No,
And
no. It was no surprise to her about the chemistry with me and Star.
and you say it wasn't a surprise because you told her?
She knew.
We felt like she
went to
always
school.
knew.
She got into it with her.
She didn't like me because she
Of
knew
him.
Johnny
Okay.
wanted me.
So it wasn't a secret,
No.
even though you never talked about it to her.
Right.
It was known.
It was known.
You want to talk about a backdoor
She-
shit?
but
you
she
went in her
brought it
backdoor.
up.
That's the case.
Yeah, she brought it up that night when I told her. She was like, well, I knew he always liked you. He never stopped.
Okay.
He always liked me.
Okay.
He would always, every few years, like we would go years without talking to each other, and then he would just pop up.
All right, so talk about the text message. Paraphrase, what did the text message say on the next morning? She slept over it?
She slept, and like she ended up talking to one of her cousins, and she was like, I cried the whole way home because she was leaving from Little Rock going back to Texas.
Okay.
And she was just like, she cried the whole way home, which made me feel some type of way because I felt bad. I thought I was doing the right thing by going to her with this information and telling her what was going on.
Right.
Because it was keeping me up at night that she did not know.
Right.
And I'm like, damn.
And you and Johnny spending time together?
We together
She calling
all
you?
the time.
What are you doing when she's calling you and you with Johnny?
And usually, like, when she come in town from Texas,
No, I'm saying, what are you doing when because if y'all best friends, she call and she FaceTime. What are you calls doing? Look at Johnny. What are the calls doing when you with Johnny? Are you
I'm
not answering the
busy.
phone? Are you saying, Johnny, be quiet?
I would
Let me
still
talk to
respond to her. I would
Yeah,
still
no,
talk
I
to
ain't
her, but I was busy. And she was used to, when she came in town, me and her was hanging out. We was kicking it. But now for the last 2 or 3 months, like,
Ain't no kicking it.
I've been busy.
Because you with Johnny,
Like, what's
Johnny
going
Capone.
on?
You with the Johnny Capone.
But she didn't
you with
know
the bop.
that.
You
Yeah.
with the bop, but
She-
you Johnny Capone.
Yeah, because he not bop.
Yeah,
with
he
me.
bop no more.
I got another side of him.
Okay, all right, okay.
That's why everybody mad.
Okay, all right, okay. So you with him. She slept on it. She has a different opinion, right? So now she's telling you the real issue, how she really feel.
She's like, you low down, and we different as far as morals and values and all this and that, and just basically she feel like I backdoored her. And I'm like, well, damn, y'all ain't been together since I was 14 or 15, and you already know me and him got history. Like, you knew that before we even became close, became friends. So I couldn't figure out why it was such a big deal. Like, this shit happened every day. Why
Yes.
is this such a big deal that him and I got what we finally really wanted? You know what I mean?
What did you say? How do you respond to that?
I
To that
can't-
text message?
I don't even remember what I said. I don't think I said nothing.
Shit,
I
she
did
put
it.
it out on
I didn't respond. I did not respond to that long message.
You didn't? Okay.
I didn't respond, but she sent another message and was like, it's a whole bunch of lies going on. So I'm like, huh? Like, where are the lies coming in? Like,
Somebody talking about her.
so it was some other people saying things to Alicia that kind of riled her up. So that's why it really got heated and got toxic, because other people were in her ear. So she called her cousin and was talking to her cousin and just crying to her, venting to her. But then her cousin tell her, oh, I already know.
How did her cousin know?
Because I confided in one of my friends. She was the only person that knew what was going on.
And she told the cousin?
And that's her cousin.
What was it? Oh,
They
shit.
have a
Hold on.
mutual cousin.
So
Yes.
you were confiding in her cousin
I confided in my
that you was
friend.
already dealing with Johnny.
I told my
But
friend.
she didn't tell Alicia
Yes.
until Alicia came to her and she
Yes.
said, I already knew.
So now she mad, like, why the fuck y'all didn't tell me? Like, so y'all been knowing? Like, why y'all ain't told me? So now I'm calling you venting and crying, but you already know. Yeah, I know, because my cousin told me. That's Star friend. Star confided in her and told her what was going on. So now I got to let you know that I already know. So this is really just causing it to add fuel to the
more
fire.
fuel to the fire. Right.
She already mad and upset.
Right.
So now you her cousin and you telling her you already knew. So yeah, I understand why she was mad, because you didn't tell me.
All right.
You knew all this time and you didn't come tell me what was going on.
So when she says it's a lie, you didn't respond to the first text. Do you respond to this one?
And when I did respond, they were real short messages. Like, I wasn't trying to argue with Alicia.
Right.
I went to her with this
Right,
information
fucking
because
idiot.
I just wanted to get it off of my chest.
Right.
And I wanted her to know basically what was going on, because
Okay.
I couldn't continue to hold that on. I waited till I knew we were actually serious before I said anything.
Okay.
I wasn't going to tell her anything
yeah.
in the beginning because
Right.
we didn't know.
Right.
You know?
If you had talked to Johnny Y'all smashed each other. Y'all was gone. You would have kept it a secret.
Yeah, because
But once you felt like, okay, this is some real. This is real.
Yeah,
Let me ask you a question, and I didn't tell you. Are you guys in love?
we are.
Yes.
Okay, so it's true.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
true.
that's when you decided, hey, we're in love. It's a little bit more than us just liking each other.
It's deeper.
I
than
can't
that.
help who you can't help who you fall in love with.
Right. The heart wants what the heart wants.
That's why a lot of this shit so funny. How they saying shit and just talking. That's why a lot of shit so funny. That's why a lot of this shit so funny because it really is what it is. Like we didn't believe this shit at first. Like we ain't believe this shit. Hell no, nigga ain't no way. Look, Johnny, you ain't no motherfucker. Ain't no way. Yes.
Like you finally got what you want.
Shit.
Like damn, after 30 years.
I'm done, B.
You out of there?
I'm done, B.
So listen, I hang up. You know, I'm done too. I got a female that I'm crushing on too. So I ain't no player no more either. So I'm hanging up my shit too, Bob. Hey, Capone, I'm hanging up my player card too. You know what I'm saying? I got what I like, so it is what it is.
Exactly. And when you feel like that, you don't really give a damn.
And I'm gonna just tell you this, because oftentimes there's a lot of comments on here. He ain't shit, and I mean, you gonna get that. Let me just tell you this: when a man get to a point that he is done being a player. He like what he like. You can't help it. Every player have to hang up they card. So you know, I see all the comments. I'm not able to read them all. A lot of them are talking about Johnny.
I seen all this shit.
Yeah, we gonna give y'all 6 months, shit. And he gonna find somebody else, and he ain't shit.
He's still in his Bob.
But they don't know. I got a different side of him that they haven't seen.
But but don't either one of these motherfuckers on here know me personally, man. I'm read. I see that shit.
They know what you show them.
Exactly.
What the public knows. They know
They
Bob.
don't see what I'm getting.
They don't know Johnny. They know Bob.
They might be mad.
And I'm not getting Bob.
Okay.
This is not Bob I'm getting.
Okay.
This Johnny.
Okay.
This Jonathan that I'm getting.
So getting back to the story, you say short. Once she said that's a lie, you ain't trying to go back and forth with her. You already feeling guilty, so you just like, listen, it ain't a lie. Is that what you're saying?
And I just really wanted to be straight up and get it off my chest.
Okay.
You know, certain people were like, I don't feel like you owe her an explanation. Like, you shouldn't tell her anything. And then other people were like, you know, you should tell her because y'all got close. That's your friend. Mm-hmm. You know, y'all became close within the last few years. So I feel like you owe her that.
Okay. And
regardless of what anybody was saying, I felt like I owed her that because we were friends. And y'all got a child together.
Okay, so she says a bunch of lies. Okay, so what happens next after that second text? When does it come to social media?
Well, after that second text, we didn't really go back and forth. She would say things and I was like, like where did that come from? Like, okay. And once I found out like where it came from and who was saying what, I was like, oh wow, okay. So she ended up commenting on my wall, and one of my friends like text me early in the morning, was like, go check your wall. You need to go delete that because Alicia put some stuff on your page. I'm not sure if you seen it or not. So when I finally saw what Alicia posted on my page and was like, this my friend, and she basically backdoored me and she with my baby daddy. And I'm like, damn, like they ain't been together since they was 14 and 15 years old. Mm-hmm. She didn't act like this last night. So where is all this coming from?
Right.
But I know, like, once she talked to her family and her cousins and friends, it kind of added fuel to the fire. So now she riled up about the whole situation and just really want to attack me.
Okay.
Like, bitch, you ain't shit.
Right.
I told her exactly how this shit was going to go.
Did she call you? Did you get any calls?
What the fuck they calling me?
He didn't get any calls.
She know not to call me.
But he told me.
You on the boat. You on the boat from when I ain't fuck with you since our son been born. We ain't play with each other. We ain't sex with each other. We ain't did none of that. So all this shit, what you doing is you thinking you know what's going on at the house with me and another motherfucker, and you don't. It ain't all pictures of cream over there because you don't know. You listening to another motherfucker about me and somebody else. Mm-hmm. And don't know what's going on.
So all the heat, all the smoke is to you.
To me.
None of the smoke is to Johnny.
I'm the villain.
I ain't got no calls,
I'm the villain.
I ain't got no what's the name or none of that shit. Cause she already knows.
So she put this on your wall. What day is this?
This is on Sunday.
Sunday.
Mm-hmm. This is on Sunday.
It's okay. So is this when the shit gets to rolling on the internet?
Yes. On Sunday, it just really got heated. Like, damn, Star backdoored her best friend. This her BFF. Like, people not really knowing, like, the backstory
Right,
and
right.
what's really going on. They can only go off of what she's putting out there.
Right.
And with me being the person that I am, I'm not gonna put all this on social media.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not finna explain myself.
Yeah.
I'm not finna tell y'all why I feel the way I felt or why I went and told her. Y'all don't even know I went to her and told her. She didn't find this out.
Mm-hmm.
I actually went to her and told her.
So does it start trending then, or does it start trending a lot when Chris gets it?
Who the fuck is this bitch?
I
man?
think Chris.
That
I think
motherfucker,
Chris
man.
kind
Who
of
is
blew it
Chris?
up because more people started seeing it when Chris, got a hold to it, and she was posting it. I think that's when it really just kind of blew up and when everybody started seeing it.
And she only posting what the fuck she see, what the fuck she. She don't know nothing about.
Well, and here's the deal. In defense of Chris, she's not reporting anything that you ain't. Because what I
She's reporting what she sees.
Okay,
what she has.
So in defense of Chris, she's not posting anything that you're not posting,
Right.
and Alicia's not posting. She ain't creating a narrative or a story
Right.
on her own. She's reposting what you guys are posting.
What's already out there.
Yeah.
So since she got this following and, she got this group that she shares certain things in, like people are following her and they starting to share. So other people are sharing and it's just being shared all over.
Right.
So now people are like, oh, wow.
If
you know.
dude, but this is my thing. If dude's such a bad dude, this nigga that they say he is, he's such a hoe ass nigga, fuck ass, bitch ass, whatever. What the fuck is all this? What is that? Like, what is all this about?
Yeah.
Like what is all this about?
What's the big deal?
I'm such a bad guy. I'm
Right.
such a play. I'm such a bop. I'm such a whore.
Right.
I'm such a I fuck.
That's
these
the
guys.
Bop King.
Like what is all this about? If he
Right.
ain't shit,
What's all the noise for?
Come on, man.
If you don't
Come
give a fuck, okay.
Come
Okay.
on, man. God damn.
All right, so then has there anything that happened since Monday or since you last talked? It's just been a bunch of internet, talking, gossiping, trending.
Yeah.
You still have not had a conversation with her, right?
I haven't talked to Alicia since, I think we sent a few text messages where she was just like, I'm going to slap you when I see you.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, like, Alicia, I'm not scared.
Okay,
Like,
so let me ask you this. Do you feel like that there was any violation of the friend
All
code?
these fuck-
I do, and that's why I felt the way I felt.
Okay.
And I have said from the beginning, like,
I ain't say her name.
I hold myself accountable. That's why I felt that I needed to go and tell her.
So you can kind of see
yeah, I can.
why and how she's in her feelings, right?
I do.
Okay.
And I was like, I kind of put myself in her shoes. I can understand how she feel.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, my child finna be 21 in September.
Mm-hmm.
If her daddy gonna be with somebody that I'm close
This
to or
bitch
that I know,
look at this.
it's not gonna bother me because that happens. It's life. We in Little Rock. Little Rock is small. Crafts are gonna pop. People are gonna cross
swear
paths.
to you that
This
Sierra
this
is
happens
so
all the time. This is nothing new. Why is this situation so?
Yeah.
So intriguing. Why is everybody so stuck on Star and Johnny?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? You know what I mean? Why
Yeah.
y'all making it so big?
Yeah.
Like, go Tamika trying
And
to
I'm
bring
like,
And
this on.
to the people that say, Star, you dealt with this guy for 3 months. Didn't say a word. Was round her. What do you say to those people?
but I wasn't around her.
Okay. So
Like,
you
we-
kind of start distancing yourself when you kind of
because
felt
I
like,
was around him all the time.
Yeah.
So when she would come in town, me and her wasn't really just doing what we normally do.
right,
And I was kind of like, well, I know she gonna notice something. Like,
right.
we ain't really kicking it like we used to. Like,
Yeah.
usually when I come in town, we hanging out, we doing stuff, we going out to eat, we having drinks, we doing different things. But none of that was going on
Right.
because I was with him.
But before that though,
To the mic.
but before that though, she been through, she was going through some things. She been through some things.
I was dealing with some things myself.
And she was in a place, and they knew that. But then when nobody calling, when nobody pulling up, when nobody doing none of that, when it's been hours and days and weeks. And I'm around this woman, ain't nobody calling, checking on her, ain't nobody pulling up to see what's going on with her, ain't nobody say, hey, Star, you okay? Or are you going through this, you know what I mean? As soon as they got a hint of some shit, like I told her, as soon as they got a hint of some shit, that's when all this shit started trickling.
If Leisha, if you could go somewhere and it just was you and Leisha, it wasn't Johnny, it wasn't the internet, it wasn't everybody magnifying this bullshit. What would you say to her?
that I understand exactly how she feels. I mean, just me putting myself in her shoes, I can't exactly say how I would react. Like I'm saying, I don't think it would bother me. But I understand she felt like me and her were so close that I shouldn't have went backwards. That I shouldn't be dealing with him if I know she had a child with him.
Right.
I mean, regardless of what we had going on as teenagers or kids, you and I are grown now and we're friends. So I understand. Like, I literally cried. Like, even before I told her, I was telling him, like, I got to tell her.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad. Like, I'm nauseous about this. Like, that's my friend, and I got to tell her I can't continue to go on with this. So that's why I even said something in the beginning. You know, even people were like, well, you shouldn't have said nothing because that backfired.
Do you, if she was to get over, do you feel like you guys could be friends again?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because even though, like, Friday when I told her, she was like, that's not somebody, like, I can joke and talk to you about. Like, when we having girl talk about this and that, like, that's not somebody I can just sit up and talk to you about because we have history. We have a child together. So I'm not going to be able to do that with you.
Right.
But the funny thing about that is, like, we've never vibed like that. At least, like, we've never. And out of respect for my son, I ain't trying to just speak too much on that. Like, but we never vibe like that.
So and that's I want to switch over to Johnny because what you said is truth. We spent a lot of time on Leisha, on Leisha and Star.
Yeah.
What do you feel like? Do you not feel like you knew they were cool, right? But do you not feel guilty or for trying to pursue her when you felt like they were best friends?
Nah, because I've always tried to pursue her, and I told her that I was pursuing her.
You told Leisha. Leisha knew you were liking her.
When we was kids, like, so it's no,
Right.
no.
Right.
You can get on here and play like you want to play, you know, with these folks and all this social media shit that you want to. Like, no, that's not what it is. I mean, you can get on here and pretend that, but no. Like, no, I don't feel any kind of way because I know she know that it wasn't that. We have never had this kind of vibe
connection
or never.
And so I spent some time getting through the story. I want to open up the. I cannot read these million comments. I don't know what the fuck Q is.
I've been reading them.
But
I'm not even looking at the comments.
No, I get it. But what I do want,
they lost.
But here's what I do want to do.
They lost.
I do want to open up the request line. But here's what I want to ask before you call. Right? I understand that true love is really hard to find.
It is.
Right? A true connection is really, really hard to find.
Shit, we couldn't believe it.
So when you call, I don't want you calling to be just talking and attacking and shit. I really want callers to really understand, like, because we got to dive into what is really the violation of the girl code, right? You haven't dealt with this guy in 22 years. And so how many kids does Leisha have?
6.
So if she has 6 kids, are all the baby daddies?
This was the first one.
Okay.
He's just the first one.
So is all the people that you've dated, all the baby daddies, and I'm asking the question because I'm going to ask the people that call this information line, what's off limits? Like, what is a violation of the girl code? You said, hey, you really can't help who you fall in love. Now, maybe you could have not been around him to have these feelings, but if you and him have a great relationship and go on and y'all get married and all of that, like, what is really a violation of the friend code? So that's what I really want people that are calling and giving their 2 cents. What is a violation of the friend code? The request line is 501-650-9726. It did not pin. I'm going to put it up here again. 501-650-9726. I'm going to go ahead and put it there. And if you would like to call, I'm going to go ahead. I know that Alicia was waiting to call. Okay, we already got somebody. Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and answer this call. Hold on. Here we go, Johnny. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. All right. Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from? Yellow. Okay, I can't get him. I got it on the podcast.
This ain't no fucking way.
Okay. Let me go to the next line. Let me see if I got it right. Unpacking the Baggage podcast. Where your name and where you calling from?
This is not a fucking wedding band. What the fuck?
I'm not getting.
They saying.
Hold on a second, y'all. I don't know why I'm not getting
y'all.
y'all.
7 of them. So he still got his wedding band up.
Oh wow.
This is not a fucking wedding band. You stupid motherfuckers.
Hold on a second. I want to make sure I get this. I can't. I'm having some problems with this.
You know they gonna say
This line is okay. Let me do something different then. This line, I promise you, we're gonna do it another way. Stop calling. They are calling 100%. All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name? Where you calling from? Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Turn your computer down. Oh, she hung up. All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Jessica and I'm from North Carolina.
Okay, Jessica, go ahead with your comment.
Okay, I want to know how is the situation with the new lady and the past lady? Were they friends? His baby mama, was they friends, or was they just like what?
Yeah, we actually became friends like within the last 2 years because we were around each other with our mutual friends.
So you was hanging with his baby mother or his another girlfriend?
His baby mama.
I was hanging with the first baby mama.
So you was hanging with the baby mama, and you was around the baby daddy.
No.
So now y'all just...
When me and her started hanging around each other, Johnny was not in the picture.
He wasn't in the picture?
No. We became friends genuinely because we were around each other because we have mutual friends.
And I got to hold your comment to 2 minutes, okay? So get to your point real quick for me.
Okay, my point is, do you think you're wrong for going back behind your friend and talking to her?
I felt like I was wrong and not telling her. So I went to her and told her.
Appreciate it, B.
Okay. Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
This shit here.
Okay, they hung up. So the line, here, they're calling back. Hold on a second. Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
So the line...
Turn your computer down. Turn your phone down.
Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name? Hello?
Yes.
This is Alicia Allman.
Hey, Alicia.
How you doing?
Wait,
Hey,
I
friend.
knew-
Hey, Star. Hey, baby daddy.
Hey, Alicia.
What's your comment, Alicia?
You said I only got 2 minutes. Let me see if I can wrap this.
I might let you have just a little tad longer because you're Alicia.
Okay, Star. Let me first apologize to everybody because I didn't have to put this on social media and y'all was on my feeling. Everybody knows that knows me, that knows Johnny. Like, no, I don't want Johnny. This was never about Johnny. Okay, Star, you didn't come to me. You text me. When we were on the phone, on FaceTime, what did I say to you? I said, what? You in love with him? Wait a minute. I ain't gonna lie. So let me smoke one on this one. I was very calm. I was talking to you. I was like, I cannot. Some of the stuff you said was true. Okay. Then the next morning, I did text you. I text you a very heartfelt, what I said about you sleeping with people's husbands and everything. All this stuff went right. It's a sister. Says I'm your sister. I'm your friend. As a sister in Christ. Like all this stuff. This is crazy that this even had to come to this. Then you said we was friends since when? November. We went to Cancun in 2021. You went out the country with somebody you was not friends with. Like,
No, we've been friends. I said we got really close around that time when I came to stay with you. I said that we got really close in November when I came and stayed with you. I didn't say that was when we first became friends.
Well, I heard you say that, but okay, that's fine. So, from my understanding, y'all was messing around before March. That's what you told me. You told me March, somebody else told me before that, but that doesn't even matter. And Johnny,
that's your problem. Listen to everybody else.
No, we weren't.
Like, you get on here and say, like, trying to downplay me. We sit and talk at your mama's house and everything. Never.
Unless you alive.
I never even, let me talk. I'm not going to
Let her talk.
No, I ain't gonna let you talk because you done talked enough. You done been on the internet. You done did all this shit. Now y'all don't want me. Man, I let you
So give her a little time, Johnny. Because I want to hear what she's saying.
You trying to to downplay me or whatever, respect your son. You have no respect for nobody, not yourself, not your wife, not your kids, not nobody. No, we not vibing like that because I left you where you had me fucked up at. That's in that time. So you tell her all these lies and she just come down bubble head like, we ain't did shit. You, since my son was a newborn, of course. Nigga,
when we do something then. When we do something. When we do something.
But listen.
Hold on, when we do something. When we do something.
I said we haven't.
Okay.
We haven't.
Okay.
Listen, that's why you need to listen like he said.
Okay.
But you said we weren't vibing. No, we were not vibing because we're vibing like what? But you know, like I know, we sit and talk. We smoke together. We do all this shit. I come to your mama's house, like quit playing. But I'm not trying to fuck you. You flirts. Yes, you do, because you're the motherfucking Baba King. You still got it, my boy. You still got it. Because you got
goddamn Baba
so
King.
delusional.
They on them nigga ass, bro.
No, be quiet. I'm talking to Star now because I don't even want to talk to you. Star, outside of all this shit, like I said, I apologize for putting it on the internet, but like you lost. I don't know what, like real shit. Like outside of all this shit, like something is wrong. Like you are delusional. Like this man got your mind gone. Like you're not even thinking. Like I don't even know. You're steady talking. He think for you. He tell you to talk. Like this is weird. Like you have a ministry. Like you empower women. Like this ain't what's up, and then you get on this internet like you don't give a fuck. But let
me ask you a question. Is this guy speaking to you right now? Is this guy speaking to you right now?
In front, like you don't give a fuck. But to me, you're crying and all this stuff. Like shut up.
I said I cried. I did say I cried.
You and your homegirl Tamika.
You and Star together. You know you could have never.
Tell Tamika I said what's up.
You could have never played in my face like that because I would have fucked you and Star up. But I'm not fucking you. You're not my nigga. You're not my husband. It was the fact that
shit, I can't tell.
Me and her laid up in this bed together, not on no gay shit. I'm talking about on
damn,
some
you fucked
shit.
her too?
Be quiet. No, she ain't fuck me because I don't go that way. Now be quiet. I keep telling you to shut the fuck up because I hit you in your shit.
You don't tell me what
Johnny, give her a minute to go. Come on, Alicia, go ahead. Johnny, give her a minute.
He can't do me like that. I don't even fight like that.
Okay, well, concentrate to your conversation with Star from me.
My thing is, so where I had me, I'll probably sit up and talk to her about my son or my kids or whatever. And that got me thinking like, damn, was she going back, talking to Johnny about like, it just got my mind all over the place. But yeah, I sit here and pray for her, cry. We do stuff for each other. So yeah, that bothered me. It wasn't about me bone Johnny and love. I'm over that. Head over heels back when I was a teenager. I'm over that. It's the principle. I would have never, and you can't tell me, you can lie on this guy. I'm getting emotional because you really got me fucked up. And when I get mad, I'll be ready to slap the shit out of a bitch. But you can't tell me shit that if I was to fuck with Fred, you sit and told me now you're in love with Johnny, but you still in love with Fred and all the rest of these niggas. If I was to tell you I was fucking with Fred, you would be pissed. Y'all can say anything y'all want to be about me, Johnny. You got 15 baby mamas, bitch. You can talk about me. Kids, I take care of all my motherfucking kids. I took care of when I was 15. When all y'all did was get my motherfucking baby. Quit playing with me. Y'all trying to talk down on me. But I handle my motherfucking business. And I be there for my motherfucking family and friends. And I was there for motherfucking Star. And when you
I ain't never talked down on you, Alicia. I never have.
I'm gonna give you one of my cards. Like, quit playing with me. Don't ever talk to
I ain't never talked down on you, Alicia. Ever.
They call us about
I ain't never talked down on her.
Alicia, you there?
Alicia, don't get on her with talking about no cars now.
Hold on a second, John. Alicia, are you there?
I never talked down on her.
Alicia, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so let me talk to you, right? From listening to Star. What I'm hearing Star say is she's gotten herself in a situation and she has never downplayed your relationship.
I never have.
She said she felt bad. I asked her.
On the internet to you, B-Level. I'm talking about on the other side, not to you. She have, and when she was on the internet, she tried to play. We wasn't even friends. Like, girl, quit playing. I supported her. I went to all her events. I bought Tracy's land for her. Like, quit playing with me. And that's why I don't fuck with bitches like
you. Why you let her call, man? Why
now
you
even let her again because I can't stand a
lot. Let her talk. Let her say what she got to say.
And then gonna try to run on this motherfucking internet like you ain't fucked up. Yeah, you better walk off because you know I'm big.
They've been on internet for 7 days.
So
on her for 1 hour. I can't get 1 hour. Y'all had 7 days.
So
I can't get 1 hour.
1 hour, man. So Alicia,
He been rapping since we was 14 and 15. You got 336. I make people famous. Quit playing. I got power.
So Alicia, let me say this. I don't know what happened before last Friday. When I talked to Star, she told me about the situation. She never
because I put it on
No, you good. You good.
Be level. You told me when you told me when you
I
gonna
do
do this.
care. Like I asked, I love hard.
Told me
I
when
care,
they
I
gonna do
fuck with
this,
you.
man.
I would have did whatever for Star. I wouldn't sleep with. I don't
You
give a
told
fuck.
me
I
when
had
gonna
20
do this,
baby
man.
daddies. I wouldn't
Here
fuck
we
with my
is with this
friends, baby daddy, or husband, or none of that shit.
You call her, man. You call her. She could have told you whatever she wanted to tell you then,
that
man.
nigga that sitting beside you, Star. It ain't no man, sweetheart.
You called that woman.
It's not.
So let's do this.
She fucked up a friendship for a nigga that's come on, how he did me.
All right.
He do me no kind of way. When John used to play when we was kids,
I ain't never said I did you. Who said I did you like something? I ain't nobody said they did you no way.
Alicia, now let's
We never
now
had
let's
nothing
say
to
this.
do with each other no
Hold on,
way.
Johnny. Hey, Alicia. Now this is the deal. I wanted to give you the opportunity.
Okay.
No, listen to me.
tried
Hear me
to.
out. Hear me out. I wanted you to give you the time that you needed to have a conversation with. That's why I didn't stop you at 2 minutes. I felt like, your conversation with Leisha needed to happen, right?
ain't
It
grown
probably
enough to have no conversation
Star. Yeah, I'm sorry. Your conversation with Star needed to happen. So I didn't stop you, and I wasn't going to stop you, right? As long as I felt like the conversation was productive, I felt like this needed to happen. I still feel like this need to happen. So let me ask you this, Leisha. All right. Let me ask you this. Is it possible? And I don't know. I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask Star, and you just say yes or no.
Hell no. Hell no.
Is it Alicia? I'm talking to you
Listen to her. She don't know how to act.
because I do want to be respectful for their time. They came. Okay. But here's what I want to ask you, right? Because I don't want to cut you off. Is it possible that you and Star can go somewhere and talk? Like real women do.
No, she want to go somewhere and box. She don't
No.
wanna-
We ain't talking about that boxing shit.
I'm telling you,
Alicia,
I know,
hold on a second, John. Alicia, is it possible that you and Star can go somewhere and talk?
I'm good. We don't even need to talk no more. Everything
So is that a no? Is that a no?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
no.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then Alicia, I'm going to respect their time, and I'm going to let them finish their interview out. Okay. All right. So obviously, I thought that was going somewhere, and I allowed her to have her minute. I didn't want to cut her off at 2 minutes. I understand she's passionate. She has a right to feel some type of way. I'm so appreciative that you allowed her to get it off of her chest. I don't see an arrogant person that's on some, hey, I took your man, I fucked your baby daddy, that type of shit. I don't see that with you.
That's not what this is.
No, and no,
That's not what this is,
for
bro.
real, I don't see that.
That's not what this
I
is.
really, really, really don't see that.
I've
And
been in
that's
love with this woman before you, Alicia, and I told you this.
yes.
Before I came and got you.
And so, as long as, it got productive, I felt like she needed to. I feel like right now she's just hurt. At some point in time, you might get to a point where you don't want to talk about it anymore. But
She started this though.
and that's
she
why.
popped this off.
That's why
and then she kept on going with it. And
That's-
then not only the internet. Hold on, B.
Go ahead.
Not only the internet. You call people jobs. You call these motherfuckers. You ain't been friends with this bitch to make it I don't know how many years, man. You call this woman knowing damn well she been wanting to fuck your baby daddy. You ain't got nothing bad to say to her. Then you want to bring up my motherfucking wife. Tell my wife how you call me and text me say, hey, fuck your wife, fuck your girlfriend, fuck them hoes. Nigga, you need to get on there and say happy birthday or get on there and say I was gonna leave a lot of shit alone, man. I was gonna leave a lot of shit alone. Bob got some stories that these motherfuckers really don't want out here, man. She know what the fuck she doing and she know what the fuck she did. Like, come on, man, stop it. Don't get on her doing that. Don't get on her doing that because you don't want me to go there. That's really what it is.
Right.
You don't want me to go there, man.
Right.
I try to leave a lot of shit alone because I actually do care about it more. I ain't gonna get on her faking about no
Right.
God and all this whole goddamn. I actually care without that, without
Right.
a lot of shit. So I ain't gonna do a lot of shit, man. But she really know what it is, man. She know what it is.
And like I said, man, now there was something that you talked about that we talked about that when you and Johnny was together, that somebody would just show up, y'all out, and you were sharing location or something, but people just show up. Was she disclosing your location to other people?
That just happened recently, like within the last few days.
Yeah.
Her and this other motherfucker.
Yeah.
Her and her friend.
So somebody popped up while we were out, and I knew I was sharing locations with her, so nobody could have gave them my location but her.
Yeah.
I just felt like a lot of stuff that happened within the last few days wasn't really cause for, but I know it's coming from a place of hurt. So with me being the person that I am, I do understand that. I know that it came from a place of hurt. Hurt people hurt people.
Right.
When you hurt, you're gonna try to hurt the next person.
And I'm going to say that you've had second thoughts. You wanted to, we decided Friday that you were going to come on. This morning, you was like, "No, I'm not."
I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do it because I don't owe nobody no explanation."
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I felt. And like my friends were calling me like, "We don't think you should do it. We don't think you need to go on there. You know, this is gonna make you look bad." And because she already done called my pastor, she done called my job, and like they like, well, it's really making you look bad. Like you done already lost your job. They already calling your pastor, and he calling me trying to see what's going on. And he like, oh, I want to meet this Johnny. Like I want to meet him because why are they so mad at you about him?
Right.
This stuff happens every day. This ain't nothing that just happened out of the ordinary.
So and that's my thing. What? So I understand the girl code. Like I understand the girl and the guy code, the bro code. I understand that. But my other question to whoever can answer it is if you're best friends with somebody, you're friends with somebody.
Y'all gotta stop using that best friend shit. They wasn't never.
But this been my friend since we was 7 years old.
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Friend.
But that's how everybody else looking at it. They looking at it like that was my best friend and I backdoored her.
So clarify, what was your relationship? Is it friend?
We were friends.
Associates?
We were friends, and we got really close within the last 6-7 months.
Okay.
Because we were both going through things. I was there for her. She was there for me. I never downplayed that. I felt like I needed to go to her and tell her what was going on because she was my friend. Whereas everybody was like, you don't owe that to her. We were close. So yes, I felt some type of way. And yes, I felt like I owed that to her.
Right.
I felt like she needed to know what was going on.
Right.
So that's why I went to her, even when it was hard for me to even tell her. This been my friend since I was 6-7 years old. Since 1991. We met in 91.
Right.
When he lived under my grandmother.
Right.
We've been friends since then. This man ain't never stopped loving me. I ain't never stopped loving him. This always been my friend. He would come find me. He would come find me. But I would never give him a chance.
Is it any more pressure on you two to make sure your relationship lasts?
It ain't no pressure. We know what it is.
Yeah.
Shit, no.
It's not no pressure.
Yeah.
Everybody like they gonna last 6 months, but they don't know this person.
Yeah.
They know Bob. They know the Bob King.
Yeah.
So they like, oh, they gonna last 6 months. Y'all don't see what I got though.
Right.
You know, and I'm confident in that.
Right.
They don't see what I have.
Right.
This man do everything that he's supposed to be doing.
Well, like I said, I mean, there's a million comments. I'm not gonna go through them. There are a million. There's a million comments.
And then I'm seeing the bitches. I'm seeing, and I wish I knew who some of them niggas were behind the fake page, so I could crush they shit with their little wives and their little girlfriends that I done put dick in and pumped on them before I shut this shit down. Cause I got some stores. And Tamika, you really need to go. Tamika really need to go sit down. Go get your gay ass son and her somewhere and sit down, man. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Hey, man, let her go because she been in my life for too motherfucking long. Goddamn, how you in every situation? You brought up the last girl.
So Johnny, let me ask you this: how was your relationship with Alicia before Star? Well, I mean, were y'all cool? Were y'all cool, baby? Was she cool, baby mama?
Like that's my baby mama. So whatever that fall under, that's whatever that fall under. But we ain't never one no sex.
I'm not saying sex.
I don't talk to her on the phone.
Okay.
I don't. We don't go visit each other. We don't go. Whatever we did with it
But you did
with Johnny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Our son. And that was that. You know, my mama passed, rest in love, Miss Renee. You know, because she always looked out for when I was with Alicia at the time. Like Miss Renee always been 100.
Right.
And she lost her mom, so my mom, was there for her. That's her grandbaby. That's her first grandbaby. She loved little Johnny.
Yeah.
So of course I'm there for you, your mama, whatever. You know what I mean? But don't make it seem like you coming down there for me or you. Man, this woman, she ain't talking. She ain't say nothing about it then. But you done video recorded me in the living room. I done fell asleep on there. After I done ate and smoked whatever, you done recorded me in there saying bullshit in the back. Now, just you as a man, what you think? What you think this mean? If you see this video, I'm asleep, I'm knocked out. I'll look at him. He knocked out. That deep sleep, ain't moved. What is?
They're gonna think that you done smashed.
You put him to sleep. You
Like,
put him to sleep.
come on, man, stop it. Like,
Right.
Like, stop it, man. I don't, cause you mad now? Cause I don't want to play crazy with you right now. Stop it, man.
Well, what would you start? Let me see. I'm gonna take a couple more calls before we. Hold on a second. All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
This Woods, man.
What's up,
Puds,
cuz?
what up,
What's up,
Puds?
cuz?
Tell Cuz I said, what's up? Tell Johnny I said, what's up? If
What
you
it
can't hear me.
What it do? What
He
it
can
do,
hear you,
cuz?
he can
What
hear
it do?
you.
What it do, cuz? I can hear you.
Say, this is what I want to say, man, and just for our community. It's like we need to normalize focusing more on building black wealth and, motivating and encouraging to where if you do leave somebody, you can say, this is what we built together.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't built nothing with somebody or y'all ain't established something, okay, friendship, but it's like sex and lust, that's all it's built. You lusting off years ago or sex off. I can understand she could be hurt from the betrayal of the friend, but at the same time, it's like if your friend finna elevate or see a vision of elevating, why don't just come together and say, you still my homeboy.
Cause it's never was
You
your
still my homegirl. I mean,
So what I hear you saying, Foots, that if this is something that's good, that's going to help Star, why wouldn't she bless it? Is if what I'm hearing you. If you're really concerned and really want Star to have the best, if just because Capone was not good for her, don't mean that Capone could not be good for Star.
yeah, then I think we, as like a community, we focus on like the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
We should want everybody to be happy. We should want everybody to build. We should want everybody to, have a gladness and, have the heart to say, hey, I really bless you. You see what I'm saying? With a pure heart,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and then with this relationship being an old relationship for us, having sex or, having, boyfriend or girlfriend 20 years. Come on, man.
30.
And if it's just truly your friend, you can. If that's truly your friend, you'll be able to say, "Man, go be happy. I tripped out. I was wrong. I want to see you happy. Be happy."
Right.
Because don't tell you the level of growth of that young man you seeing. Like I kind of raised him, and I seen so much. He done came a long way. So when that lady say that he's a man and he's taking care of what needs to be took care of, this Baba King stuff, what he was to y'all, is something different to me. I can see it. The man work every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, why don't you let that flourish and don't be the one to say, hey, I told you so, if it don't work.
Right.
Everybody should want happiness for people.
And I appreciate your Foots for calling as always, brother. Much love. I appreciate you for tuning in every week, Foots.
How long we been on an hour?
You keep your head up, man. People always hate.
Man, look, I'm used to this shit, cuz. This shit ain't nothing new. I'm used to this shit.
All right.
They always put you in the middle of a scenario with some female stuff. Everybody be happy.
All right, Foots. And Foots he has a valid point. That's why I asked the violation of the friend code, because if you guys go on and be happy, it seems like your friend, the people that genuinely care about you, should want you to be happy, even if it's somebody that they dealt with.
They don't see that though. They don't. They think I'm the same nigga. They think I'm gonna do whatever I did with them, or they think I'm gonna be with another bitch after this, or they be with it, you know. So that's
Right.
they think I'm still bopping,
Right.
think I'm still this. When she been sitting here watching me go through motherfuckers, we done left a couple of functions behind bullshit.
I'm gonna grab one more call before we go. One more call. Here we go. Unpacking the Baggage podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Monique Norman from Little Rock.
Hey.
Star.
Hey.
Hey, Monique.
So I had a few questions. The first question was, have you ever, I know that you said that y'all became friends from a mutual friend, but personally, have you met his wife?
No.
So did you know that Tamika was her cousin?
Tamika is my friend. So, yes.
So you did know about the wife, but you just never met the wife.
Right.
So the big thing was this whole 91. Now, we graduated together. So I'm just confused on how somebody could be in love since they were 5. Could you put some clarification
We
on
were
that?
like 6.
We was 6. Yeah, we was 6. I mean, like this my thing when it comes to that. When y'all come to count y'all fingers and all that old retarded ass shit. You like I got kids and I got boys. I've been around. I pull up on women all the time. My kids, my boys too. Like all the rest of their life, all they hear is, "Oh, that's my little boyfriend." How you gonna always be my little boyfriend? You gonna be this? You this? You this? You know? I mean, like it's. I mean, to me, it's not that hard. Like I don't understand why people don't understand.
You have relationships like that, like when you playing house. This mama, this daddy, you know, this my boyfriend, this my girlfriend. That stuff starts early.
When I met you is when I met you. Like I don't.
So the thing was more so we've known each other since we were 5. Not
Exactly.
been in love since we were 5,
Since we were 6.
Nah, they got me fucked up. I've been in love. I've been in love since
Well,
then.
he say he been in love since then, and I can't.
I can't. Yeah, I have. I can't.
Well, I mean, y'all both have said that. So my second question to that is, if y'all have been in love since before Alicia birthed her first child by him, have y'all kept in contact since 5? Or when y'all
It's
say
been
we've
off
been
and
in
on.
love since 5 implies that we've never not loved each other even while I was friends with his child's mother. So
yes,
what does that mean?
Yes,
we kept in contact.
Yes,
it's been
ma'am.
off and on.
Yes, ma'am.
It's
So
been off and
since
on.
you started messing with him 3 months ago, why did it take you 3 months to express? I know that you said that you were hurt, but if you were hurt for 90 days, what made you wait? Why not tell her soon as you felt the spark again? Like, you know what? I want to revisit this love from since I was 5. Let me go ahead and see what that's about. Why not express that to your sister in Christ, as y'all say, before starting it? That way you wouldn't have to wait 3 months in turmoil.
Well, like I said, in
And
March.
thank you for calling. I'm going to hang up and let her answer your question, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Like I said, in March, when he came, you know, when we reconnected, it was just like a bunch of conversations.
Yeah.
We were catching up, talking about the old days, talking about our families, because we're connected in so many different ways.
Right.
Like, we share a lot of things. So we were just catching up, and, you know, he was just like, dang, I don't never talk to nobody this long. Like, we sit on the phone, we talking, we texting all day long. So in April, when we finally, like, just really start going out and being around each other, that's when I kind of felt like, okay, yeah, we getting close.
Right.
Like, this is a lot.
Right.
So when I started talking about I needed to tell Alicia, it was in May.
Right.
It was in May. But I kept feeling like, okay, I know I need to tell her, but I don't know how.
Right.
I don't know when. I don't know. And
Life.
he was like, you don't owe her no explanation. You ain't got to tell her shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, that's my friend. We got close.
Right.
Like, Alicia been here for me. So now I'm feeling some type of way. Of course, I wasn't not going to be her friend because of our history with Johnny, of her not liking me. I wasn't just not going to open that door or be friends with her because of him.
Right.
So it was genuine.
Yeah.
That was a genuine friendship.
Excuse me. Hold on. I see because I see a lot of these people on here. A lot of they especially like the young lady that just called, whoever she was. A lot of they thing is. And I don't want to. I respect Mumu. I respect. You know, I got 3 kids with her. I would never, get on her with the bullshit with her. So a lot of they thing is they think that the marriage was just, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what I mean? Not knowing that she took her path, I took my path years ago.
Right.
Years ago.
Right.
She got a house in Little Rock. I got a house in North Little Rock.
Right.
What does that say about a married couple?
Y'all living two separate lives.
Like, come on, like I mean, but you can't tell these folks that they don't know what's really going on.
And the other thing is, what are you supposed to do if you're separated and you've decided it takes some time to get divorced? So you supposed to not date nobody?
Come on, man.
So when you separate from your wife,
Come on, man.
are you not supposed to date anybody?
I'm not the type of guy that's I wouldn't dare get on her and blast her.
No.
I
get that.
Who she's been with.
No, for real.
You know what I mean? I don't regard. She don't do me like that. So
No, for real.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like it's a mutual respect thing, and she got this one little fucking cockroach that stays around that always coming up, like always every time is BS. Even trying to get her to notice this shit, like it don't work. You know what I mean? Like this cockroach right here, you can't get this motherfucker away from you. With so much shit going on herself, she got to have something going on with somebody else around her to make her feel comfortable.
And they saw him go through different situations with different women, so they like, oh, this just like the last time. They ain't gonna last but 6 months.
Right.
This ain't nothing that, he the bop, so he gonna have somebody else in 6 months.
So
he gonna see something else shiny and bright and new, and he gonna want that,
And so this is how I think we should end this podcast, because I think that, as I see here and I listen to your story and I listen to you, I genuinely feel like, hey, man, you got yourself in a situation. This was your friend. You can't help who you fall in love with. The heart wants what it wants. You can't tell the heart not to want what it wants.
Right.
But here's the way I want to end this. Look at that camera right here. I'm going to put you in this camera, and you got one 30 seconds to have a conversation, a minute to talk with Alicia. What do you say to her in this last going out?
Where's the camera?
Right here.
I just want to say, Alicia, I didn't bring this information to you for it to just blow up like this. Everything that has went on within the last week has been so crazy. I'm like, I ain't never been through no mess like this. And I didn't think me coming out telling her this information would just blow up like this the way that it did. And I felt like it did not have to come to social media, but I understand her being hurt. I'm not going to downplay that. I had to take accountability. I never said that I wasn't wrong. But I also told her I cannot help that. I can't turn my feelings off either. I can't say that I'm not in love with this man, because I am. This is who I want to be with. This has never changed. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I wasn't trying to hurt her feelings. I didn't become friends with her because, we just naturally became friends. It was genuine.
Yeah.
I didn't know Johnny was going to come back around.
And last but not least, if obviously I asked her and she said she was straight on having this conversation with you. But I still feel like that you guys probably need to get somewhere and have a conversation, woman to woman, and just, y'all talk with no cameras, with no internet, with no Johnny, with no whoever she got. And maybe her heart is broken, she's hurt, she can't get there today. But hopefully, at some point in time, she will want to have that conversation with you. And hopefully you're still at the same place that you are now, that you will allow her to have that conversation with.
I always will be.
Yeah. And I want you guys to know that, the reason why we start this podcast, because this relationship, nobody has the roadmap to how you get there. What's right. I mean, we struggle with this thing every day. That's why we got over 3 million views, because relationships is a hard thing. You got politicians, preachers, pastors, lawyers, doctors. They're struggling to have healthy relationships. So when you get someone, and I understand Foot saying, you want people to be happy for you.
Yeah.
And
if they're your real, if you friends. If you real friends, okay, like
for your real friends.
That's conversation.
She got kids. My part. I ain't never got on her with that. Like, come on, man.
That's conversation. If I'm truly your friend,
if I'm really,
I really be happy with you, even if it's with somebody that I've already been with?
It can't be.
If I'm truly your friend, can I genuinely be happy for you?
It's hard for a lot of people to do that because they hold on to attachments.
And then
they don't know how to let go.
And then all these folks got their own definition of shit. Nobody
their own opinions.
Nobody want the real that. That's like, I'm gonna take loyalty for instance. Loyalty is simply a system of support that never changes on you. Happy, sad, mad. These motherfuckers, they take it, they mix cheating, lies with all kind. That shit ain't got nothing to do with that shit.
It's not really unconditional like they say.
Ain't got, like everybody got their own definitions of certain words, so that shit fall back who you fucking with right now.
It's conditional.
That's it.
Love is conditional. It's not unconditional love.
Right.
Because unconditional love will allow you to be happy,
to overlook
better.
a lot of things. It ain't too many things a person could say to me to just make me stay mad at them or just be toxic or blast them about something that I'm hurt about. That shit gonna change. Yeah, you mad now. Okay, but what about a year from now? What about 6 months from now?
Right.
Are you still gonna feel that same way, or are you gonna understand I was hurt and this is why I reacted the way that I did?
Right. Well, I want to say thank you to you, Star. I feel like you needed to come on. What I saw on the internet really wasn't. I found out a lot about you. I found a lot about the situation. People are just so used to just seeing the internet and giving a snapshot of what it is. But I thank you for coming on our platform. I felt like you need to get out in front of your own narrative.
I agree.
And people know who you are as a person just by doing this interview. I'm pretty sure this stuff is going to continue to trend. Hopefully, I tell people all the time, in another week, somebody else will do some shit and they'll be talking about somebody else.
But because I'm in a church, they blew it up. Oh, she in ministry. Oh, she do that. They calling my pastor. He calling me, telling me what they saying and what's going on. And he's also ministering to me as he calls me. Like, are you okay? Like, why is the situation blown up the way it is? I've never been through this before. Right. Okay, I want to meet this Johnny because I ain't never got calls on none of my, my employees or my members or none of that. So what is going on? Why is it so much attention drawn towards you and Johnny? And then I'm like, okay, well, at the same time, yeah, I'm in ministry. Yeah, I work for the church. But the church is what? A social hospital? Right. Ain't nobody coming in there without any issues, right? You got something that you need to work on. Right. No, God ain't through with me yet. So, no, I'm not perfect. Right. So, with y'all, elaborating on, oh, she in ministry, throwing out different things, being funny. Oh, she an evangelist. Okay. Well, what y'all doing? You know? Right. So, I'm like, no, I never portrayed to be perfect. Yes, I'm always putting out positive and motivational things and empowering women because that's what I do. I've been through a lot of different things, but that's not going to stop me from loving who I love. That's not going to stop me from being where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Right.
Well, I'm as we close, Johnny, I know you sent me your music. Tell people what you got going on, how they can support the Jonny Capone.
I ain't gonna say. I'm through.
You through?
He done.
She making me behave. I'm through.
Well, I mean, like I said,
they know what's up. They know Jonny Capone, Dark Alley Camp, man. Log on, man. Go Google me. Okay.
Well, like I said, I thank you guys for coming on this platform and telling your story. I want to say to anybody, not just this platform is about unpacking your baggage. This is what we do. This is y'all's podcast. I'm just the host. So if anybody else wants to come on and unpack baggage and talk this stuff out.
I'm pretty sure you're finna be booked.
The number 501-650-9726. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, text that number or inbox Brian Stewart or Brittany Arnold if you'd like to come on. Just send us an inbox. I need you guys to go and follow the Unpacking the Baggage Facebook on social media. And that's what. Thank you guys for coming. I told you that I was get you out of here in an hour and 30 minutes, so I'm gonna stick to my word. I hope that this happens, this conversation, this relationship with Alicia gets better. However, I know that friends sometimes grow apart, and that is what it is. I'm not friends with some of the same people that I was 10 years ago, and so that's just a matter of life. That's just a matter of life. All right. So, as I said, if you want to sponsor, call myself or Brittany Arnold, 501-650-9726. Next week, we will be back on the same bad time, same bad channel. Thank y'all for coming in. Johnny, thank you for coming in. Thank you for being genuine. Thank you for allowing Alicia to call in and talk her hurt, not interrupt her. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. So listen, thank y'all for also, I need y'all to go to our YouTube page, which is Brian Stewart Sr., and subscribe to that YouTube page. At some point in time, I'm going to have to pack this podcast and take it over to YouTube. So I need you guys to go to Brian Stewart, Brian with the Y, Brian Stewart Sr., and subscribe to that channel, because pretty soon I'm going to take this podcast from Facebook and I'm going to move it over to YouTube, okay? Until then, see you later. See you the next time. Same bat channel. Peace out.